Today was a test for a friend. We'll get into that in a little bit. Ariana and Evans Vintage Spice with the Badlands Badass brush again, and the key point of this whole shave was the Rockwell T2 in brushed chrome with an Astra blade on level 6, even though level 6 wasn't necessary for me today. I could have shaved on 2. Anyway, very good shave today. Very comfortable, and the Rockwell T2 is always dependable. You guys know that's my number one razor in my den, the Grand Poobah. A&E Vintage Spice, really good stuff. I hope Peter puts that in a jar. Yeah, I don't want to buy tubes. Those little tiny tubes are only like this big. I'd rather have a nice full jar. Although I shouldn't complain, because that little tube has been lasting me. Hell, when did they come out? I got it when it first came out, and I still have some left. So I got plenty left. Maybe I'm making much to do about nothing. Anyway, I still hope it comes out in a jar. And those new jars look really cool. I saw ones from the Maggards meetup with the Medusa on the bottom and everything. Looks very cool. Now, the test for a friend part of today's shave. I gave my friend a Yaqi Final Cut about a year or so ago. He was wanting to get into double-edge shaving. So I loaded him up. I gave him a Yaqi Final Cut and, a good adjustable razor. And I gave him soap and a brush and a bowl and everything. I gave him the whole shebang. Anyway, a couple weeks ago, maybe about 2 months ago by now, he called me and he said that the razor was broken. I was like, broken? Did you drop it? He goes, no, it's just not working. I said, all right, I'll come over. So he's actually the guy that owns the pool hall, and I'll put a picture here so you can see him. I had pictures actually from yesterday. I went over and shot some 3 cushion with him. Anyway, if you look at his face, you can see he's got stubble. He's got man stubble, like he needs something aggressive. Anyway, I went over about 2 months ago to check the razor out, see what was wrong with it. And I took another razor with me. I took that, I can't remember the name of it. It's by Yaqi. It's a butterfly open, but you push it from the bottom to open it up. I like the shave on that razor. I just didn't like the fidgetiness of it, of pushing it up to open the blade, to open the doors. Anyway, I switched that with him, and when he handed me the Final Cut, I knew exactly what was wrong with it. It wasn't broken. It was dirty. It had shit all gunked up on the inside of it. I could tell, because the top cap was all, soap scum, or I prefer to say residue because it sounds nicer. Bunch of soap residue and gunky looking. I thought, oh shit, he's got it all gunked up on the inside. He didn't, he obviously didn't clean it well enough. So I said, here, take this, and let me take this home. So I took it home with me and got it all cleaned up. Ultrasonic did everything, and it felt like the what do you call it? The screw part was all gunky. So I was, doing this, pulling it out and pushing it back in, pulling it, pushing it back in, and, kind of doing it at an angle so it kind of grinds it. And every time I would do that, like this gray water would pour out of it. So anyway, I got it all cleaned up and got it in pristine condition. It's perfect. And I thought, you know what? Let me get a shave with this, because it's been a while. So I shaved with it and I liked it. And I was like, screw him. I'm not giving it back to him. Because if I do, it's just going to get gunked up again. And that one with the push up from the bottom, well, there's nothing to get gunked up. It's, the water and stuff can't get down in the handle. So there's that. Anyway, so I went over yesterday, and he was telling me that, he likes that razor, but it's not aggressive enough. It doesn't satisfy him as far as a shave. And he's kind of fixated on this Final Cut, right? But I don't want to give that back to him, because I know it's just going to lead to what it's going to be. So I started steering him around, looking at different razors and blah, blah, blah. And I was opening up Yaki's webpage to see if what they had in open combs, stainless steel, stuff that, 3-piece razors and stuff like that. Something that wouldn't get gunked up on him. And I figured, we could buy something from there. But then I talked him into, you ready for this? I talked him into a T2, a Rockwell T2. Now you're going to say, Mully, that can gunk up too. Yes, it can. It can. But the Rockwell T2 is so easy to take apart and clean on the inside. It's not going to be an issue at all. So, so that's what we did. We ordered a We ordered a Rockwell T2 in brushed chrome from Rockwell, Japan. You can't get the brushed chrome on the Canadian or American side anymore. They're out. Brushed chrome and rose gold are done. I've got both of them. Anyway, we were able to order the brushed chrome, and I recommended the brushed chrome to him because he's 72 years old, and I know he's got pretty bad eyesight when it comes to reading things. And the Rockwell T2s, the biggest downfall of all of them is that you can't see the numbers just because the colors, right? That shiny chrome, and the no matter what you do, you just can't see the numbers. So at least not with aging eyes. But that brushed chrome, you can see them, plain as day. That and the stainless steel, but stainless steel's $250, so we weren't going to go with that. But anyway, I talked him into the Rockwell T2 with in brushed chrome. So we placed the order with Rockwell Japan. We used my discount, Mully Shaves 10. Feel free to use it if you want. I do not make anything off of that. If you want to order something and get a 10% discount from Rockwell, either USA or Japan, use your discount code Mully Shaves 10. And again, I make nothing off of it. They offered me a commission, but I told them I do not want the commission. I just want the discount code for anybody that wants to use it. Okay. So anyway, so we ordered it, used my discount code, got him 10% off. So it should probably be here, maybe tomorrow, I would assume. I already mailed the guy that I've interacted with the most with Rockwell Japan. I've already messaged him and let him know, and he messaged me back. So I'm sure they'll get it in the mail to me ASAP. So anyway, today's shave, I shaved with exactly the setup that he was going to have. The Rockwell T2 in brushed chrome with an Astra green blade on level 6, because I know he's going to go to level 6. And I just wanted to see, is he going to be satisfied with this? Because he really liked that Yaki, but that Yaki's pretty rough. This is pretty smooth, but it is efficient, so I think he's going to like it. I hope he's going to like it. If he doesn't, then I talked him into something he doesn't like. If he doesn't, then we'll sell it and get him something different. All right. Anyway, am I selfish for keeping the Final Cut to myself? It's not like I'm keeping it because it's so great. I'm keeping it because I just don't want to, because it's going to get gunked up again, and we got him one that's not going to gunk up. And if this doesn't work out, then I'm going to get him a 3-piece open comb, something really aggressive like the Beast or the R41. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, 9 minutes. All right, guys, I'm sorry for keeping you this long. I'm heading to work, and we'll see you tomorrow. Y'all stay smooth.